Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Morning all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's clear.
So Python was introduced in the year 1989, but all of a sudden Python has got grade 2 reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Okay. So Python has as compared with other programming languages, very less coding, not even one-fourth coding as compared with other programming languages. Secondly, simple syntaxes, which looks like a normal English statements. Simple syntaxes, multi-programming features. It has got multi-programming features because of which we call it Python as a hybrid language. Interactive mode given by Python. Interactive mode means we can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. Wide varieties of applications, right? Any kind of applications we can develop today by using Python. Many built-in libraries. Many built-in libraries. 89,300 inbuilt modules. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python has got for different environment. It is called as a general purpose programming language, not for a particular purpose. Any purpose is right, general purpose program. It's a platform independent or machine independent. It's a high level language. Interpreted language. Interpreted means line by line execution. Supports all databases. Supports all databases. Supports all the databases, right? Next. Programmer friendly. Programmer friendly programming. So these are the reasons which makes Python super popular, right? Very less coding, simple syntaxes, multi-programming features, interactive mode, wide varieties of applications, many built-in libraries, general purpose programming, right? Platform independent, high-level language, interpreted language, supports all databases. and programmer friendly programming, right? Yes. Next, you need to know something about the PSF, Python Software Foundation. Python Software Foundation, PSF. It is a non-profit organization. It's a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year 2001. It's a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year 2001. Objective of this: to foster the development of Python. From version to version, right? In the year 2005, in the year 2005, PSF, Python Software Foundation, received Computer World Horizon Award. The president for this is Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum, right? The same personality who introduced Python is the president for this Python Software Foundation, and headquarters Delaware, US. Python.org. Official website python.org is the official website from where we can download Python, and we can see the documentation for each and every Python release. So it's a non-profit organization, was launched in the year 2001. The year 2005, it received Computer World Horizon Award. Guido van Rossum is the president for this. Headquarters Delaware, US. Official website python.org. Python installation. It hardly takes just 1 minute for installing Python. Yeah. So before I go with the Python installation, you need to know something about the Python versions. Python 1.x version and released in the year 1989. Python 2.x version, right? In the year Python 2.x in the year 2000, right? 1.x, 2.x in the year 2000, and 3.x year 2008. The version what we are using currently is 3 version, right? From the last 17 years we are going with the 3 version itself. The latest version of Python. Latest version of Python. Latest version of Python. Python 3.12. Stable version of Python. So latest version 3.13. Stable version of Python. Python 3.12. Yeah. Yes. Python installation. How to download Python and how to install Python, right? Yes. So before we go, just go to this control panel, right? Start programs, settings, apps, apps and features. Three 3.13, right? Yes. Just I uninstall this. Uninstall this 3.13, guys. So Python is going to provide different softwares for different environments. For Windows, for Linux, for Mac OS, it is providing different softwares for different environments. For Linux, no need of any separate installation. Whenever you install Linux, along with that, you are going to see Python as a inbuilt within that. No need of any separate installation. But for Windows and for Mac, we need to download and we need to install Python. For Windows, again, Python is providing two softwares. If your Windows is a 32-bit Python software. If your Windows is a 64, Python provides 64-bit Python software. Okay, how will you check whether your Windows is a 32-bit or 64-bit? How will you check whether this uninstall was successful? Now I'm closing this. How will you check whether your Windows is a 32-bit Windows or 64-bit Windows, right? At the bottom, if you go to the File Explorer, you click this File Explorer, right? Here you can see that. Within the file, this PC, right click this PC or computer, properties is 64-bit operating system. Clearly it is saying what 64-bit operating system. 64-bit operating system. Okay. If it is 32-bit, you are supposed to download 32-bit Python software. If it is 64-bit, right? It is showing here 64-bit, you are supposed to download 64-bit Python software, right? Now just open Google and just python.org. www.python.org is the official website of Python. Python.org. Within this python.org, right, you can see downloads and documentation. Go for downloads. The downloads all releases, go for all releases. Downloads all releases and just scroll down to the bottom of the page. Just scroll down to the bottom of this page. Active Python releases is there. Now don't go for active Python, go for looking for a specific release. Looking for a specific release. You can see that releases from the last 20 years since 2001. Since 2001, June 2001, right? From 2 version onwards, right? Currently it's 3 version. Yes. So 3.13.2. This is the latest version, exactly like 140 days back. It was released on February 4th, 2025. It was released. 3.13.2. Click it. Three point one three point two. Scroll down. Once you select it, scroll down to the bottom of the page. You will see files, different files. In that, for Mac OS 64-bit Universal Installer, and click it. For Windows 64, you can click this. For Windows 32-bit, you can. So Windows 64-bit, you can just click this. Your download is going to start. So it is just a 64 MB of size. It's just, sorry, it is just a 27 MB of size. Once it is, okay. If it is 32-bit, select this 32-bit. If it's 64, you can just select 64. For Mac OS, select the 64-bit Universal Installer. Once the download is completed, go to the downloads folder and click the exe file. You will get a window. So almost done with this downloading. 27.3 MB of size. Now click the exe file. So this is the window you'll be getting, right? For installation, right? Add Python to path. Add python.exe to path. Add python.exe to path variable of OS. Add Python. Okay. Now go for customize installation. See, adding Python to path means adding Python path to path variable of OS. And go for customize installation. So this documentation, Python pip, ideally at this, everything are pre-selected. Everything are selected. Nothing to select here, right? Next, say next. Here, shortcut for the install applications and the Python environment variables. These two are selected, right? And if you can see that installation location where you want to install Python. See, by default, where it is getting installed in C, users, Dell, app data, local, programs, Python 3.13. So it is tomorrow if you want to locate Python, where exactly it is available, you need to enter into all the sub directories. Instead of that, remove all this, Just I want to install Python within the C drive, Python 3.13. Just say install Python 3.13. So within the C drive, this Python 3.13 folder will be auto-created. It will be created automatically and Python will be installed into that folder, right? Say install. Setup is in progress. Once the installation is done, let us check whether it is properly installed or not. Yes, setup was successful, right? Just to close this, setup was successful. I'm closing this. Let us check whether it is properly installed or not. Right. The At the bottom search panel, observe here at the bottom search panel, you can type cmd, go to the command, it goes to the command prompt and type a Python, say enter. So whenever you type Python here, it has to display the Python version you have installed and the Python interpreter has to be opened. Whenever you say Python, whenever you go to the command prompt, so at the bottom search panel, type cmd to go to the command prompt. Just type a Python and say enter. If we say enter, it has to display the Python version and the Python interpreter has to be open. Three point 3.2 and the Python interpreter gets opened, right? You can write any valid Python statements here. You can just say 3 plus 5, 23 into 52, x has 10, x has 10, y has 4. I'm saying what is x, what is y, x plus 5, x minus y, x into y, x by y, x into 2, next x square, 10 square, x into 3, pins allow for 3 times, x into 5, pins allow for 5 times. Yes. Quit. If we say quit, it will come out of this. So we can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it is giving response, right? Yes. Quit. Okay. So if anyone working in the Linux environment, if you want the latest version of Python to be installed in your Linux machine, then you can go with this command sudo. You need to you need to install everything from the root user, apt-get sudo apt-get. Sudo apt-get install Python 3.13. This command will automatically download and installs Python in your Linux machine. And now next, Python execution modes. Python execution modes. Two modes of execution. Two modes of execution. Interactive mode. First interactive mode. Second is like batch mode. Interactive mode. Here, just now we discussed, right? Interactive mode, this one. Any Python statements, it gives the response. Here we directly type Python statements. Here we directly type Python statements on the interpreter. Here we directly type Python statements on the interpreter, and the user can easily interact with Python statement by statement. What is the advantage of this interactive mode? Advantage. If it doesn't know about any Python functionality, you can type and check what output it is going to provide. Based on that, you can easily analyze what is it for. And to test the functionalities of Python, and to run Python. To test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python. Okay, batch mode. Series of batch mode, right? Okay, batch of statements or set of statements will be writing and saving it as .py statement. Here we write set of statements or batch of statements within the editors or IDEs. Integrated development environments within the editors or IDEs, and save it by using a .py. Save it by using .py extension. And later submitting to Python. Set of statements within the editors or IDs, save it by using .py extension and later submitting to Python. What are the so here we'll be writing set of statements and we'll be creating .py extension and later submitting to Python. So what are the various editors and what are the various IDEs? Various editors. where we can write the Python code. Various editors where we can write the Python code. Within the notepad, you can write the Python code and create a .py file. Within the edit plus, you can write this for Windows. For Linux, VA editor, Nano editor, these two are for Linux. First two are for Windows. What are the various IDEs supported by Python? Various IDEs. Okay. Python supports multiple IDEs, right? Various multiple IDEs. PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse. Mm, Fine. Now, am I audible? I think, right? So various IDEs supported with Python. PyCharm, PyDev, Komodo, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter, and VS Code. You may ask why these many IDs for Python? Why not one or two IDs? Means Python is used for different environments using different IDs, different environments using different IDs, like data science, right? Yes, using Jupyter Notebook, they're also using Spider ID, right? Yes, VS Code. See here, typical web applications, right? PyCharm is mostly preferred. VS Code is preferred. And for big data environment, Spider is mostly preferred. In this way, different environments uses different IDs. So I'll be showing you on different IDs, right? How to download it step by step, how to install and how to write the code, where to write the code and how to execute everything. I'll be briefing you about these IDs. Right. Developing the first Python application. Developing the first Python application within a editor, like example like Notepad. Example like Notepad. Open Notepad and type the following Python code. Open Notepad, right. Open Notepad and type the following Python code. Up to now, we didn't discuss anything related to Python technical. So just I'll take two values like x as 10, y as 20, and then I want to perform some kind of arithmetic operations like addition, x plus y, subtraction like x minus y, multiplication, x into y. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So here, just I'll copy this to a separate notepad file, right? Copy it to a separate notepad. Yes. X has 10, y has 20, print x plus y, x minus y, x into y, and x by y. File, save. I'm saving it as sample1.py. Sample1.py, right? Yes. X is 10, y is 20, x plus y, x minus y, x into y, and x by no. Check it here. Save as a sample1, save as sample1.py. And now submit this file. And now submit this file to Python. And now submit this file to Python as open this command prompt, type cmd, and just to go to this where you just to go to the path. Okay, type Python, type Python first, and specify the path where your file is available within the C drive. Python 6am batch within this sample1.py. Yes, specify the file present in which folder, present in which drive, everything within this file. Say enter. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, and 10 by 20. Ten plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. All right. So just type Python and specify the path where your file is available, right? Yes. Yes. One second. So just type Python and specify the path where the file is available. Python and specify. But here, what is your observation, right? But here, we are writing the code at one place. We are writing the code at one place. But here we are writing the code at one place within the notepad. Yes. But here we are writing the code at one place and executing at the other place. We are writing the code at one place and executing at the other place. Where you are writing, executing right within the command prompt. But to write and execute, at the same place. We have IDLE, which comes along with the Python installation, which comes along with Python installation. But to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE, which comes along with Python installation, using which we have IDLE, which comes along with Python installation, using which we can write and execute at the same place. So how, just I will take the same code, how to open this IDLE, integrated development learning environment. Here we are writing at one place and executing at the other place, but to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE. So you can just type IDLE here, IDLE. You will get this IDLE Python 3. Okay, otherwise go to the start programs, check where your Python is available, right? Python 3.13. This IDLE you can click it. Python shell gets open in this way. 3.13 Python shell gets open. Otherwise, even you can search in the bottom search panel, type IDLE. IDLE Python 3.13. IDLE 3.13. IDLE. So you'll get this IDLE list, right? Which one? Otherwise, you can go to the start programs and select this where your Python is installed, right? 3.13 is in this IDLE. You can open in this way. The IDLE gets opened, say file. So this, if you want to interact with the interactive mode, so you can interact here. But I want to work with the batch mode. Say file, new file. Write your code here. Run here. Writing itself, run option is there here. Save your code first. Go to this Python 6 AM batch. And just say right. Sample2.py, right? Save it and run this. Run or run mod here. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, and 10 by 20. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, right? Yes. Okay, in this way you can work with this. So we have discussed, right? What we have discussed, like Python, why Python is super popular, Python software foundation, Python versions, Python installations, Python execution modes, interactive mode, batch mode, various editors and ideas, and developing the first Python application. So from tomorrow, we will be entering into the technicals, right? Tomorrow also everyone can attend the session, same time at 6 o'clock using the same link to see more discussion on this. But from day after tomorrow, the link will be changing, right? Okay. Tomorrow you can attend, right? See in the chart, there is a big message given by this online team. The payment details, their contact details, course content details, everything is provided there, right? And if you have missed yesterday's session, right, there is a demo video link is provided there. Contact details is provided. Course content is provided. Check with that, right? So tomorrow we'll continue more on this 6 o'clock. Okay, fine. So I'll stop for now. We'll continue tomorrow more discussion.